would a bottle like this one go for?
Well, this is run about the $200, or you can go up to $700 or $800, $1,000, $1,500, depending on. Or you could buy the Dalmore Paterson collection, which is a collection of 12 bottles. It's only one set, including the cabinet, and that will cost you 1.7 or 1.6 million.
Oh, no big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
My name is Richard Paterson. I'm the master distiller for the Dalmore Single Highland Malt. When we talk about malt whiskies, you should be talking about not just one or two single malts, but there are many. There's 120 actually in production present moment in Scotland. And this is one of the most luxurious of these single malts. This is the Dalmore. The distillery was established in 1839. And Alexander Matheson came and bought the distillery away back those years. But then he brought Andrew Mackenzie in 1867 and went into full production on the 26th of January 1868. He wanted to make his mark, so he matured his whiskies, not just for 10 or 12 or 15 years, but much older, even up to 64 years old. But what you must do is hold these whiskies long, and you can't go wrong.
That's
lovely glass here.
Oh, interesting. Where are these smaller ones called?
Yeah, these are small. These are called Copa Capita glasses. And this is the only way of assessing cognac, assessing single malt whiskey, blended whiskey, and even wine. Now, a couple of things you must never do is hold the glass like this.
Okay, don't hold it like that, okay.
No, and you don't warm it like that. So what you do, this is 18 years old. That means all the whiskies in this bottle are not less than 18. So here we go. So you put it in the glass, but you must swirl it around. Then throw it to the cup.
Interesting.
So what you're doing there, you see how the lip of the glass is actually holding that whiskey?
Yeah.
But what you want to do is make sure there's no aroma. So you flick it away, and then you go back to it.
Interesting.
All right? So therefore, this is coming in at 43%. So when you swirl it around, look for the top notes, like a woman's perfume, like Chanel No. 5. Top note is jasmine, Bulgarian roses, ylang ylang. But when you nose Dalmore, it's chocolate orange. Chocolate orange will be the top notes that you can expect from the single malt. But what you must do when it comes to tasting is hold it long in the mouth. Top of the tongue, underneath the tongue, and back in the middle. The longer you keep it in the mouth, the more you'll extract the flavors. But that's because of the American White Oak, but more importantly because of the Methuselah Sherry. The Methuselah Sherry from Jerez de la Frontera gives it that extra dimension, and you take on these extra flavors. So when you come to taste it, don't knock it back. This is how I want you to taste the 18 years old. You put it in the palate. Wait for it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then it comes up. First taste is important, but it's always the second taste. When you go back, that really fills up the palate. The longer you keep it in the mouth, the more you extract it. 70% of the influence comes from the cask. The cask is king. That's what really makes it special. So when you get something like the Dalmore 35 years old, you need to keep it in there for at least 35 seconds.
Gotcha. Wow, that's so to like be creating such a a luxury product right there,
So this is King Alexander. So what we've got here just now is the Dalmore King Alexander, as I mentioned to you.
Yes.
As I say, the only single malt in the world with 6 different finishes. And this is very special because this is reflecting on the painting by Benjamin West. The Scandinavians were kicked out of Scotland on the 2nd of October 1263, and Alexander III was out celebrating when a stag was just about to rip him apart when one man steps forward. Colin Fitzgerald, chieftain of the clan Mackenzie, and saves the king. Because he saves the king, he's allowed to use the emblem of the stag for the Mackenzie family. So when Andrew Mackenzie arrives, he uses the stag as the emblem of his single malt, and that's what makes it so special. But as I say, it's the only single malt in the world with these 6 lovely flavors. So what we're talking about here is like opening a box of chocolates. When you open a box of chocolates, what do? You get lots of different sensations. Well, that's the same with this whiskey here. When you smell it, when you bring that aroma up there, you're going to see the vanilla, the spice, the honey, but then you're going to see the lovely plum notes, which comes from the port wine, and then the cedarwood, which is deriving from, of course, the Cabernet Sauvignon. This is pure luxury, but really very beautiful, especially when you come to drink it.
Richard right now is just explaining to us how do you say cheers in
Scottish.
In Scottish, okay. So the phrase is, oh, sorry about that. No, go for it. Go for it. Slanjiva, right?
Slanjiva, that's right.
Okay, so I gotta hold it from the bottom. That's the key thing right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Right there. Hold it from the bottom, and then
you clink glasses, look at each other. And it means great wealth, great health.
Slanjiva.
So we're friends now for life.
Beautiful.
Right? Okay.
Slanjiva, and then
you drink it. Wait for it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it opens up. And it gets
I felt
all
it.
that problem. You see all that lovely flavor. Jason has set up for us is a Dalmore 25 years old.
25 years old Dalmore.
This is the one I was telling you about, 3,000 bottles only. So one for the Dalmore 25 years old, we're talking about 1,299, a retail. So this is dedicated to Paul Cézanne the painter. He was born on the 19th of January, 1839, the same year as Dalmore Distillery was established. He's famous for three-dimensional paintings, cubism, and this is cubism as well. It's matured in American white oak, then Palomino Fino, a sherry, which normally is dry, but this one was a sweet one when it was put out in the Esparto mats. They never bottled the sherry, but they gave us the cask, and we matured our whiskey in it for 4 years. Then we transferred it into Graham's Port Tawny, 25 years old, and from there we get this lovely style. So this is coming in at 42% alcohol, and when you smell this is really something very, very special. You're going to see softness, you're going to see elegance, you're going to see total refinement coming through. But really look at this lovely luxury. Still got the DNA of the chocolate orange, but you're going to see hints of marzipan, and then you're going to see a little bit hint of licorice and balsamic towards the end. Pure luxury.
So I gotta manipulate my hand to make sure, so that's fine, holding it down like this. Okay, holding it in the bottom right here. And then, I already forgot the phrase.
Slanjiva.
Slanjiva, all right?
Yeah, Slanjiva.
Okay.
Slanjiva. Dalmore, 25 years old.
So, Dalmore, 25 years old, Slanjiva. There we go. Okay, Richard, how much does this bottle go for?
This is the Dalmore 35 years old, and we're talking about $5,500.
Okay.
This is limited to 1,000 bottles. And you can see, actually, even just by feeling it, the weight of this bottle is unbelievable, because this is Baccarat crystal, going back to 1765, one of the finest glass makers in the world from France. We've got Hamilton & Inch, beautiful silver, the very finest, going back to Hamilton & Inch's 10th of November, 1866. But in this beautiful bottle, this is 35 years old. All the whiskies in this bottle are not less than 35. This is coming in at natural strength, around about 40% alcohol. Matured in American white oak, then of course Methuselah sherry, and then finished in Port Colheita, 1970.
I'm kind of scared, actually.
Right, just be very careful, because it is heavy.
Okay. So this is Dalmore, aged 35 years, retail about $5,000, and we're gonna have a taste right now with my friend Richard over here. We're gonna have a nice drink, and gonna use all the tips he's taught me so far, and taste everything, smell everything, and remember, 30 seconds. You gotta hold it in there. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
There we go. So what we say, Slanjiva.
Slanjiva.
Slanjiva, and here we go.
There
One,
we go.
2, 3. Wait for it. Here we go. 10, 9, 8,
7,
6, 5,
4, 3, 2.
Everything comes aftertaste.
Richard is helping me how to pronounce words right now. But no, delicious so far. So I am honored right now to have a taste of Dalmore just now. Probably won't be having Dalmore for a very long time, but who knows?
Jiva, SLAINTEMHATH, Slanjiva.
Slanjiva.
Yeah.
And Richard, by the way, your penmanship is amazing, by the way.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
There you go, Slanjiva. So at your next event, when you go cheers, you have a delicious Dalmore with you.
That's right.
Don't forget to say Slanjiva. Slanjiva.
Yeah. Great wealth, great health.
There you go.
And as I say, love makes the world go around. Rubbish. Whiskey makes go round, especially with the Dalmore, twice as fast.
There you go, Slanjiva.
Slanjiva.